was in Year 3, I learned all about the 5-a-day diet. I learned about the importance of eating 5 portions of fruit and veggies a day to keep me healthy, grow strong and feel great.
Rosie and I were looking for a saying that summed up this idea of self-care and well-being. And we came across this: take care of your body. It's the only place you have to live in.
But Mum, the body's not the only space we live in. Let's take this idea further. Take care of your mind and body. It's the 2 places you have to live in every day of your life.
It's shocking how much time and money we spend looking after the places we only live in sometimes. For example, our bedrooms, our homes, our cars, even our offices, compared to these 2 places we live in every moment of every day, our mind
and body. It's not like I can go around saying, Mum, can you get me a new mind? This one's so boring and this body doesn't feel very nice. It's not like I can go shopping on Saturday to get a new one.
We know we can't take our bodies for granted and that we need to watch what we eat and drink. And similarly, we can't take our mental health for granted. We need to look out for those warning signs and learn to take time out and relax. But this takes me to another place where we spend a lot of our time, and I think sometimes we take this for granted too. Our families.
Here is a picture I drew of my family. This is my dad. He's cooking dinner. If he's not cooking dinner, he's probably watching TV. This is my mum. She's marking because she's a teacher. If she's not marking, she's on Twitter. This is my brother doing his favourite activity, gaming, and this is me watching my favourite YouTuber on the iPad. Mum calls these our digital babysitters.
Oh, I love these digital babysitters. They have this incredible ability to get my children to disconnect from the world and from making any demands on me as a parent. My excuse? I'm a teacher. I work 5 days a week, and that means at least 2 to 3 hours at a weekend just to stay on top of it all. You know, when you've got something really pressing to do and you've got a deadline, you actually want your children to disconnect with you.
This is great for my brother and I to get to play Xbox, iPad and computer games. Let's hear my brother's thoughts.
Personally, I have no problem with us eating breakfast, lunch and dinner without any complaints.
Yes, that's true, but sometimes it gets a bit boring and kind of lonely.
It's very topical, this concept of loneliness. At the moment, the UK has got its very first Minister for Loneliness, and there must be a reason for this. I've been following the press releases, and according to government figures, 9 million people in the UK admit to sometimes or always feeling lonely. And as we speak, 200,000 elderly people have not spoken to a friend or a relative in over a month.
But the thing is, it's not just old people who are getting lonely, it's young people as well.
This got me thinking, how much time do I actually get to spend with the 2 young people in my life? You know, in between school and work and all our after-school commitments. And so I did some digging around on the internet, and I started researching, and I came across this article in the Independent newspaper. And according to their research, they reckon that the average British family spends 49 minutes a day together. And when parents were questioned, they felt they weren't spending quality time together. And when the children were interviewed, 1 in 5 didn't feel they were seeing enough of their parents. I mean, how many times do we say to our children when they come home from school, "How was your day?" And they say,
"Fine."
And then we just turn back to our TVs, our gaming, our social networking, our work. And we lose that opportunity of having a conversation.
Not so long ago, my mum took me to a milkshake bar for doing well at school. It was one of them milkshake bars where your fancy milkshake could be created. Delicious. But whilst we were waiting, we looked around and we saw all the parents were on their phones. The children too, and if they did not have the phones, yep, you guessed it, they're looking at the TV screen. It's almost as if we're forgetting how to communicate and it's easier to disconnect.
And the thing is, my family was no exception to this.
When my mum comes home from work or school, she seems very tired, even stressed. She does hug me and tell me how much she loves me, but she used to just carry on working on her iPad, computer or phone. She says she's trying to keep on top of it all. My favourite part of the day is when Mum or Dad reads us a chapter of our storybook. This only takes about half an hour, but it's still my favourite part of the day.
The warning signs were there. I could see that if I didn't get a grip of my work-life balance, the time I was using digital media, the time we were allowing our children to disengage and disconnect, I was going to lose what was most precious to me. Something had to change, and I came up with every excuse in the book. I blamed the drive to work, I blamed work, not having enough time, I even blamed early menopause. But coming up with excuses wasn't helping the situation. For work purposes, I'd started researching into how we can improve our physical and mental health on a day-to-day basis. And that's when I realized I don't need more time. I just need to make the most of those 49 minutes a day together. In fact, I need to change the contents of my to-do list. No longer must it be, I must write that report, I must respond to that email, I must see how people have responded to my social media post. I needed to live by a different set of values. And Rosie and I call them living the great values. And that's when I started sharing under the hashtag Family Mental Health 5 a day.
When someone asked you, how are you feeling? Wouldn't it be wonderful if we could all say, I feel great? Well, we think feeling G.R.E.A.T great involves these 5 simple activities.
So G stands for give. So it's not thinking about just yourself, it's thinking about what can I do and give to my family today. It can be something as simple as giving them a hug, giving them a compliment and saying, you're special because, giving up some time to do something with a member of family that they enjoy, giving up some time in the weekend to help a member of the family with their to-do list. Or even better, Rosie?
Give your parents breakfast in bed.
I really like that one.
R stands for relate. For example, don't have dinner in front of the TV like Mr. and Mrs. Wormwood from Wild Dogs Matilda. Rather have it around the dining table and catch up on each other's things. Read a story together. When you go out, put the phones away and just enjoy hanging out together.
Exactly. One of the things we're trying out in our family is at dinner time, we park our phones, our iPads, our laptops, we switch everything off in what we call Heartbreak Motel. And that means that we can really make sure that for those couple of hours before bed, we can focus on the great values together.
Here is a picture of Matthew's room parked in this personalised Heartbreak Motel.
And E stands for energize. We know it's important to exercise every day, but it's just as important to actually have a really good sleep routine. And so factoring, 30 minutes of exercise after dinner, go for a family walk, factor in the family cycle, family swims, family exercise together. But it's also keep to your sleep routine and make sure you don't take those digitals into the bedroom. A, Rosie.
A stands for awareness. For example, when you're walking home from work or school, notice something different about nature from yesterday. I have done this one because when I was walking home from school, I noticed that these crocuses had popped out the ground, and that's when I knew spring was on its way, and baby lambs, squirrels, and birds as well.
Brilliant. And so proud of her. T stands for try something new. I just love it. I love it. T stands for try something new. Keep learning as a family. Get out of your comfort zone. Get used to the fact that you're all going to fail and welcome it as part of the route to success. It can be something as simple as try new fruit, try a new vegetable, try a new hobby, try a different approach to a problem that keeps persisting. You'll make yourself actually more interesting and you'll find out more about yourself and your family too.
Now at dinner, we often use the opening line to start a conversation. What have you done that was G.R.E.A.T today? It helps us focus on the things that we're doing for others and also what we're doing for ourselves to keep us well-being.
My family is, like any other family, is beautifully complicated. We come with our strengths and our challenges, and we shouldn't seek to try and change each other, but rather appreciate each other more. So let's make the most of those 49 minutes a day together. Let's focus on strengthening those relationships by making time to communicate and listen and have those difficult conversations. Let's embrace the family mental health 5-a-day values. Rosie and I reckon that you'll feel more supported and connected to face those challenges that life will throw at you.
So, get the whole family together and let's live the 5 great values. You can use the ideas we've given you, or even better, make up your own. And finally, our big dream is we want all human beings to understand what it takes to be a well-being.